What's packing? Brand new video action. Cheesehead Nation, tap in. Green Bay all day, no capping. Welcome back to the show. What's packing? It's your boy, Godchild, first of his name. Reminding you, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, please subscribe and turn on the notification bells. And last but not least, man, if you fuck with me, comment below, because that's why I'm doing this, because I love to interact and engage with fans who love the Packers as much as I do, or just football in general, man. I'm a people person. Look, this is a preview show, a preview video talking about week 14, Lions, Packers, NFC North. It's a lot on the line. Okay? Packers are 9-3, and they are fighting for the number 1 seed in the NFC conference. The Saints are 10-2. They could stumble, and if they do, Green Bay will be there, ready to take the number 1 spot. Detroit, they're fighting for their playoff lives. They were bleeding. They were bleeding out at, what, 3-7? Shit. 4-7. Losers of their last 4 games, 3 out of 4. 2 in a row they lost just in embarrassing fashion. They got rid of the head coach and they got rid of the general manager. They put Darrell Bevell in that spot, promoting him from the offensive coordinator position, and they were able to sort of maybe save their season. You know, they came back and beat the Bears from a thrilling come from behind fashion. They put up a lot of points. They put up a lot of yards. And that's where I'm going to start this preview show, because if you are a Packers fan who has just gotten used to seeing the Detroit Lions as the little brother or little sister of the NFC North for the last, 20 years or so, it's easy to just look down on them. But let me tell you, every once in a while, I'm the little brother in my family. I was for a long time. And then I had little siblings, but I had an older brother and he would beat me up. He was into wrestling and shit. He would always try new wrestling moves out on me. And every now and then, though, I'd get some confidence, or I just get so fed up and getting beat up, I would surprise him, and slip out of it, or get a good hit on him, and get my revenge, at least just for that moment. I know ultimately it's gonna come back to hurt me even more, because it's only gonna piss him off. But every now and then, man, little brother reminds you that they won't be so little always, and they do something to surprise you. And I feel like that could be this Lions team. They are desperate, which makes them dangerous. They were desperate enough to fire their head coach and general manager, and that means they're dangerous enough to win this game if we don't take them seriously. Matt LaFleur this week even said in his media availability he really respects what Matt Stafford is able to do and this offense is able to do. So they're going to need to be on their P's and Q's defensively. I like what I've seen from this team over the past few weeks, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They got a lot of pressure. Last game, they've been getting turnovers, and they've been minimizing the mistakes. Offensively, this team is looking really good. They're running the ball efficiently and effectively. The play-action game is alive and has been revitalized, I feel like. And, they have played their best football the last 2 weeks. Even the coach said so. It has been the cleanest football he can remember since he's been the head coach here. And I feel like these are all positive things that they've been on both sides of the ball. Unfortunately, special teams has been a weakness, and special teams has been an Achilles. It's been like a crack in the armor of this team that they need to address. But, two-thirds of it looks really good. Okay. If you're just looking at this game on paper, it seems like it could be open season on these Detroit Lions. I mean, just like a real slaughter fest. They are 31st in the league in total defense. They allow 29 points a game, and they are 28th in the league on total yards allowed at 395. To put that into perspective for you, the Packers currently sit atop the NFL with the most scoringest, most potent offense in the league, averaging 31 points a game. That is number one. They're number two in the league with total yards, averaging 396. So the Lions have their work cut out for them, but the Packers do as well, because even though the Lions on paper are sort of kind of like upper middle class, middle of the pack, no pun intended, offensively, they can explode any given week. So they're going to need to stay sound and focused this week and not look 2 weeks down the road to Tennessee, to the Sunday night game that everybody will be watching, and they need to take care of business. As far as I'm concerned, the Packers are already in playoff elimination mode starting this week. That's the mindset they need to be in. If they lose, they're out, because they need that number one seed. And, don't let anybody in your division into the playoffs if you can prevent it, because I feel like history shows when you play teams 3 times, you often lose the 3rd time. On to the injury report. The Packers have Chris Barnes, Kevin King, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, Rick Wagner, Lucas Patrick, J.K. Scott, all on the injury report. Didn't practice or limited participants in practice. The Lions have Kenny Holiday, Jeff Okudah, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift, which leads me to my next topic, players to watch for the Lions. I'm going to say Hockenson and Jones in the passing game are guys that I think they are going to be keyed in on. And then in the running game, look, Adrian Peterson, he's 35. He's obviously a Hall of Famer. He's getting a little long in the tooth, and he's not as fast as he once was. But look, man, if you look at his numbers, even the last 2 years he had in Washington, he had 1,000 yards his first year, 800 yards his second year. And that was with him like not starting all the games and splitting carries, and that just being like a horrible franchise. Even this year, he's got 6 touchdowns and 500 yards on the year, splitting the ball carries with 2 other guys. So if the Lions do feature Adrian Peterson this week, trust me, he is still dangerous. I saw a highlight of him trucking 3 dudes into the end zone, walking up, standing up, carrying 3 dudes on his back and shoulders last week against the Chicago Bears. So this guy can still get it done. And honestly, I'm surprised that like some team didn't pick him up to like make him a feature back, or I'm surprised that the Washington didn't make him a feature back, or the Lions didn't just say like, we're going to feature you and we're going to have somebody give you a breather. But he's a Hall of Famer, man, and he can still be productive in this league. As far as the Packers players to watch, I'm really going to be watching MVS and Tunyon. I think Lazard is a number 2 solid. Obviously, Adams is the best wide receiver in football. But this team, if they're going to really transcend to that next level, they're going to need a 3 and a 4 to really like show up every week. And MVS, he had a down week, so let's see if he can bounce back. Defensively, I'm going to be looking at Kiki, Savage, Martin, and Gary. All 4 of those guys, they are the young future of this team. And, these are the guys I want to see, like, can they continue? Of course, I guess maybe the biggest star, for the future of this team would be Jair Alexander, who's having an all-pro season, and, Kenny Clark. But those guys I just mentioned are either sophomore or rookies, and they had big games, all of them last week. And if they can continue to play like that, I feel like the Packers will be much more formidable down the road. As for my final score prediction, I am going to say, 45-17 Green Bay. I was initially thinking 38-17, but I feel like they have been getting really close to having like a pick 6. And I feel like this might be the game for it. This might be the game for a pick 6. Rodgers throws 5 touchdowns. They get another off of a turnover. That's 6 right there. 6 times 6 is 36. So we need some more. We need another one. Let's get Jones rushing, and then a Crosby field goal, and that is your final 45-17. And that's the final word of this podcast, of this show. Thank you for joining me. Once again, a reminder to like and subscribe and to notify yourself and to comment on this video. Show me some love. I would really appreciate it. It is your host, God Chow, first of his name. What Packin, Packer backers. Until next time, go Pack, go.